Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to do a service on the engine on a 2009 to 2011 CRF450. Two drain bolts because transmission and engine are separate. Your engine drain bolt, if you're watching this video, by the way, if you're looking for specs, torque specs, oil capacity, whatever, I will mention it in the video, but it will be down in the description as well, so you can skip all this. Anyways, on to this. Tools, which I need to start doing in these videos. 12mm for your drain bolts, and 8mm for your oil filter. I only have aftermarket drain plugs on this, so I assume that factory drain plugs are the same, which is a 19, or not drain plugs, fill plugs are 19mm. I may have had too many to do this video, but we will see. So in this, I'm using a triangle stand on this motorcycle, and I'll explain to you as I get the fluids draining why I'm using a triangle stand, and I'm going to flop it from one side to another. So off the bat, right here underneath your gear shift lever, between your foot peg and your gear shift lever, it's more like right against the case, okay, right against the case, there's a 12mm bolt. You cannot mix this up. It's the only 12mm bolt down there. If you're moving up here looking for a 12mm bolt and thinking that'll drain your oil, then this video is way beyond you, and you should probably take your bike to a dealership, because you don't understand like how gravity will feed to the lowest side of a case so you can drain fluid. Anyways, I'm ragging on people that I don't need to rag on. So anyways, you're gonna, and you might shift gears, but you're going to get this tranny oil drain bolt out. And this is your tranny oil on this side. Your engine oil is on the very bottom on the opposite side. So, okay, so that was like completely loose. Make sure you have a rag available. But there's your tranny oil bolt. Mine's pretty dark. I've been running her pretty hard. That's why I'm doing a tranny service with the engine oil service. And it'll drain. It's not going to drain a lot because it's not leaning this way, which is why I'm talking about the triangle stand. If you bear with me for just a minute, let me get a rag. Or, oh, I found a paper towel. And then after that, if you're set up like I am, it would have been better to drain the engine oil first, or pull the drain bolt first. But right under yonder, right underneath your clutch pretty much, that's what it feels like. It's going to be your engine oil drain bolt. I got the poo on me, kick and wing. Nice, real nice. So, pull this drain bolt out. Oh fuck, I'm getting it all over the place. Should have been smart and done this left-handed to begin with. Jesus, titty fucking Christ. It's gonna get oily. You're gonna have to wipe down your tools, okay? Doesn't matter. Bam. Engine oil. Okay. Engine oil, small bolt. Tranny oil, big bolt. Everyone says to replace your crush washers. You can reuse these a lot. I have the same crush washer on a 2002 CR250. It has never changed. As long as you don't over tighten or fuck up the crush washer, you'll be good. Okay, I'm gonna clean myself up real quick, and then we're gonna get back. Oh my god, I can't even pause this camera. I am fucking like saturated. All right, you get the pinky. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, and now I'm thinking with 40 IQ. So you got this, all this draining still. I haven't put anything back together yet. Right back where we left off. Time for the oil filter. Your oil filter, I have an aftermarket twin air one. I don't know why. It's not one that I purchased. I wouldn't purchase this. I don't know. It just doesn't seem worth it. I'll get hammerheads. I'll have a hammerhead on here soon. But anyways, 2 8mm bolts. One's long, one's short. Long one up top. Short one on the bottom, obviously, because long one up top is part of the stator cover mount bolt. And if you're having a hard time getting it off, just remember a nice little twist from time to time, and twin air is obviously a fucking cunt when it comes to this. God damn it, now it's not safe for children. Fantastic. Oh, damn kids. Anyways, you run into this issue, or I'm running into, where I'm having a hard time getting my oil filter cap off. I have it twisted a little bit. Flathead screwdriver / multi-tool. And you just kind of wedge it out, pry it out. Really, twin air? This is how you want to design shit, where it's... Yeah, this is... Anyways. Call out on twin air there. I mean, the O-ring's completely out, and it's still... There we go. Got kind of loose there. Oh, it's a double O-ring. No, single. Still a pain in the ass. Well, might have cost me some jeans, but there it is. Oil filter. You have a spring behind the oil filter. If you're watching this video, rubber side towards cap. Rubber side out. Dimple on the inside. Get spring. Spring goes inside. Didn't really need to replace this because it's a K&N filter, but for the sake of the video, replacing filter. I'll be right back with that filter. Alright, here we are with our new K&N filter. Usually you could just drain oil and fill oil twice per filter. So 2 sets of oil, for lack of a better term, per K&N filter. Love K&N. I'll never talk bad about K&N, except for their air filters for the dirt bikes, because they're not foam, they're fabric, and that's just dumb. But anyways, spring, dimple side. You can rest the filter in there, but before you do, because these come to you dry, some of the old oil on top of oil seal. It assists in installing, plus it creates a seal. So you're going to put that right back in where it goes. Make sure your spring lines up in its slot. Wipe down these dick beaters real quick. Alright. Oil filter. A lot of people tell you need to replace the O-ring. I haven't replaced the O-ring yet. I rode this bike a lot, and you don't need to replace the O-ring every time. If it leaks, then yes, replace it. So this is going to be super tight, so I hope it slides into place, but I doubt it's going to. Hopefully. A good old fucking palm. Alright, sweet. Seals. Long bolt. on top. I just move the in place. You'll learn finesse as you get better at this and faster. And damn, I got the poo on me all the time, kicking wing. Mechanical ugga-duggas. Oh, Makita makes great impacts. It's like 112 inch-pounds, which is like the max what you'll be using on your case halves and stuff. Anyways, love you, Makita. Send me free shit. So now, oil filter's changed. Oil side is definitely drained out. It's no longer dripping. Plus, it's on that side of the bike is why I'm using a triangle stand. I have it on the opposite side of the bike that I'm on, which would be the right-hand side of the bike. Engine oil is completely drained, so we can put the engine oil drain bolt in. There you are. Got to feel for the hole, buddy, and thread her in real nice and slow like. Yeah, this was never going to be meant for children. If you're a kid watching this video, you lied on your birthday. Thread her in by hand. I don't use impacts on drain bolts of any kind because it's you get a feel for it. Again, I'm not using torque specs, but if you want torque specs, it's in the description. If you're watching this early and I haven't added it in the description, well, it's alright. So, drain bowl is Mionda. And you're just going to go for that nice snug and a little more. Just a little more. Remember, that's steel on aluminum. You're going to pull aluminum threads before you pull steel threads. So be careful. Now that we have sealed that off, we're going to swap the sides of the triangle stand. That way the transmission completely drains while we add oil to the engine side. I'll be right back after I swap that and get my oil and blah, blah, blah. Alright. Triangle stands on the opposite side, obviously because the bike's leaning more towards us. Tranny oil is still draining. It's dripping right now. So we can top off our engine oil. I'm going to have to worry about this because transmission and engine are separate from each other on these machines. If you run into a scenario where you have more oil on one side or the other, or they seem pretty even, you have a seal of your gaskets failing, your center gaskets failing. Anyways, with the Tranny oil still draining, we have our drain plug tightened up, we have our oil filter on. La-di-da-di-da. If you have a dipstick style check plug, that's great. I prefer that over the style that I have on me now, which does not have a dipstick on it. So you're unable to check oil level other than by eyesight. But I'm not worried about it because I'm changing the oil. And it's 0.62 liters. Okay? So more than a half a quart, a little more than a half a quart. 16 ounces, a half a quart. So we're going to aim for the 14-ish round. This is where we're going to go. I'm using AMSOIL. It's the best oil out there. In my opinion, you might have a different opinion. But AMSOIL is... You gotta watch the torture test. It is the best oil out there. I don't care what you say. So, we're just going to, while the Tranny oil finishes draining, we're going to put our 0.62 liter oil in here, which is 0.66 quarts. Not much of a difference. God damn. Then, oh, and then I almost spilled. No spilling. So this is all I'm doing. Adding oil while oil drains. Not the same oil, by the way. So you put your 0.62 liters or 0.66 quarts. God damn, I'm gonna sneeze again. You know what? I'm gonna top off this oil and sneeze. I'll be right back. Okay, when I mentioned the 14 ounces earlier, I meant 14 ounces left over, not your full 36. You're gonna have 14 ounces left over. That'll be close enough. Oh, fuck. Goodness. I'm just so sneezy today. Just so sneezy. After this, we're going to put this oil fill cover, Mionda. Put it on nice and tight. You can use a socket, you don't have to use a wrench. A socket will fit in here so long as it's a chromie. An impact will not fit. Unless you're rich and you use a strap on. Got that in. Gonna put our tranny bolt in. Might shift into third. But we don't care, we're putting it in. I always like to finger them in to make sure they don't cross thread. Let's finger it in, baby. Any day now, we might reach bottom. Okay. Again, I'm not using an impact, and I'm going off of feel. I will have torque specs in there, but snug, a little more. I'm going to go just a touch more, because I wasn't comfortable with that. Alright, and that's that for the engine oil side. We're going to go over to the other side to do the tranny oil next. Real quick, before we go over there, if you're as anal as I am about oil residue and shit, because you're always constantly looking at your machine for leaks and shit, a little brake clean. Little brake clean. Little brake clean. Amsoil. It's good shit, I promise you guys. You'll love it. Oh, I might have got some in my beer. Whatever. That's what adulthood tastes like. Okay, we're over here on this side of the bike now. Her right hand side. I got the bike on a stand now. So everything's level, because with this oil fill, it's going to be different. So, right off the bat, your 19mm, I got my Kickstarter out of the way. She wants to move with me, so you tell her no. Break the cap loose. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, Honda was very nice. If you're looking for the oil capacity and you made it this far in the video without looking down in the description for your oil capacity, it says it right underneath your this is part of your timing. It's an engine plug, but it covers your crankshaft bolt where you'll rotate. Okay, so my video piece of equipment died. But anyways, back on to where we were at. Honda made it easy. On the left hand side of your water pump, you're going to find one little 8mm bolt that looks like he has no purpose, but I promise you he's got a pretty good purpose. And this will be what you're filling your oil level to. And I already sprayed everything down with brake clean, but trust me, we're going to catch this as soon as it comes out, because tranny oil is very thick. Very, very thick. Anyways, check bolt out. Got a little copper washer with him. Can't mistake him for anybody else. Already cleaned out my funnel, so we have no cross contamination. Once again, Amsoil. This year we're going to try 80 weight. I ran 85 last year. Great clutch feel, great everything. I just wanted to try an 80 weight. So try an 80 weight. And you're just going to fill until it starts coming up. out of this drain, or this sight hole, oil fill level hole, bolt hole, and it's gonna take quite a bit, 670 cubic centimeters or 670 milliliters. They're cubic centimeters and milliliters are the same thing, of course. Yep. Same size, same volume, I should say. And centimeters just refers to area, and milliliters refers to volume. Oh. But they are the same size. I'm not like filling the funnel all the way up. I've got it like right to the porthole or the neck of the funnel, and I'm trying to keep it there by tilting the quart of oil ever so lightly, and I'm waiting for the sight of oil to start coming out of that hole. As soon as it does, I'm going to plug it off because I believe in running them a little heavy. I do the same thing with my engine oil, except for two-stroke mix. I run 50-to-1 Dominator all the way. And there's our fucking oil coming out. Bada bing, bada boom. Clean up our mess because we're messy boys. Playing with our messy toys. I'm only holding the funnel here, so all the oil in it drains in the crank cases. Jesus, corn oil. I'm telling you, bud. You have to fix that. Nice and snug. Not tight. Snug. Okay? Snug. Not tight. Bada bing. Bada boom. You just serviced both the transmission and engine side of your bike. And you should be ready to rock this weekend. Be sure, if you want to check out the full service line, which after this is, of course, cleaning air filter. You do that after every ride anyways. Chain slack adjustment and bleeding your forks of air, which is done constantly while you ride. And never forget to check your coolant level. Most engine failures I've seen in my career, low coolant. And you'll start to notice if your head gasket's filled because oil mixes, but it won't be on the tranny side, it'll be on the engine side. It turns into milk. Anyways, catch you on the next one, guys. I'm going to finish drinking my beer and go to bed.